Ladies, gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, or good anything in between. It's yet another chance to have a conversation with Dr. Siamantha. We have had part one of this conversation, so if you have not had the chance to actually have a look at it, kindly go back and do that. And something else before we start the conversation is we have realized most of us are watching us, most of us are following us, but you have not been able to be part of the tribe. Kindly subscribe, be our ambassador so that we can grow together. We have conversations that enlighten people, that inspire people, and brings positivity. So we want to have another chance, and thank you so much, Dr. Siamantha, for spending another opportunity to talk to us. So I want us to know everything about your career, the challenges, the misses, the good things, and specifically this is a good conversation because you are talking about experience of working outside the country. Yes. So tell us, how did you start writing? Let's start from there. Okay. So I started writing when I was in grade 7. That was in the in late 1990s. And I used to write composition and insha very well, very perfectly well, which was not normal for a Maasai girl living in the rural Kajiado South areas. So one day I remember I wrote a composition and it was read in the staff room. My English teacher just told all the teachers, "Oh, I think this kid has copied this from somewhere." And then they called me in the staff room and they said, "Can you write the composition again?" And they just sat there with me. And I wrote a better composition than the first one. So if those days we had CBC, then they could have known that this is an author. Watch it to let us take her on that direction. So, but it went on well. You know, those days we were being told you have to be you have to be a pilot, a doctor, an engineer. But then this artistic talents were not very strong those days, and people didn't think they would work. Only now that people are realizing that you can do well in music, in football, in authorship. So I think that I started that time and I continued. And then because we lived in the rural area and we had a tourist camp nearby, one English man took one of my books and my papers. Actually, I used to write them in a foolscaps and went with them. And he said, "I'm going to help you publish your first book." And that's how I got my book published in the UK. Yes, by nice. Unibook, and it is still available in Amazon. And my book was Chronicles of a Family. That was my first book, Chronicles of a Family. I wrote stories from around Masai. One girl, she went through FGM and early marriage, and I wrote her story. In fact, of course, with with the imagination and adding more salt and pepper. Yeah. Nice. So yeah, so I went there, and about working in Dubai. It is I have been to several countries. I've worked in Tanzania in a restaurant, and with a golf course, and I worked also in. I went to South Sudan to look for a job. I didn't find one. And I've been to a lot of countries in Africa, and then I went to Dubai. And then Dubai, I was working in the Saudi German hospital and in the nutrition, in the dietitian's office. And there was, the challenges I had there. Dubai is a good country, I must say. It's good. The system is very good. And the challenges I used to have, because I think I couldn't handle it when a patient died. I used to cry, and because I used to get attached with the patients. And I remember my boss was telling Paris, don't get attached with the patients. Just treat them as patients. But then when I treat them, and sometimes the cancer patient, and we chat, we talk, and I listen to them, and I treat them, and maybe for a long time in and out of hospital, and I get attached, and then one day they die. And this used to hit me very hard. I used to cry. Sometimes even I couldn't work
the deaths were not so many, and actually that was better. But when someone died, it used to be very strong. Another thing I saw in Dubai, which is different in Kenya, is that the HIV rate in Kenya is very high. In Dubai, there is almost maybe 2 or 3% in the whole country. No HIV.
How do they manage that?
I think it's because we used to be tested actually every 6 months. And if you are found with HIV, then you cannot work anymore. And not only for the hospital, in all departments in the whole country. So I think that's how they managed to have a country that's free of HIV. And that, I think that is also very good, very good to do that. So that is the rate of HIV in Dubai was very, very low, 2% actually, almost zero. Because in my working in my 6 years, the first 6 years I worked there, I think I met only people who came with HIV, only one or two people, and a businessman from Nigeria, actually the two of them. So I think that is very good, unlike Kenya, which is the rate is alarming. And I saw a poster one day that somewhere that it is 250 new 250 new infections every day in Kenya. So that's very terrible. So yeah, I think those are the challenges.
Good. So let's go back to where we started, because for you have worked in diverse fields. I want to see the hustling you, the unsure you, your transition from school to entrepreneurship to career life.
Yes.
And in our private conversation, you told me you were selling things.
Yes.
Like the real hustler. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I have been a hustler many times, and I used to sell. I'm the pioneer of selling the fruits in Mombasa. Actually, I lived in Mtwapa, where my daughter went to Bahari Girls. So I used to bring them to provide them through selling fruits. I used to go to Kongoya at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I could buy fruits and come back in the house and prepare the fruits into the bowls and then sell them in all the shops around. And that's how I survived. And then I told you I went to Tanzania to look for a job. And when I went to Tanzania, I slept outside actually on the road in Dar es Salaam. Before I got the job, I went with some money, and the money finished. And I don't know anyone that I can borrow. And I was a young girl. I didn't know what to do. I used to buy newspapers and make calls and interviews from the newspaper. Then I went to a certain church and asked them to help me with a place to sleep. So in that church, on my way back, I couldn't reach home because my fare was finished. So I slept in Tanzania. They sell shoes on the table. So I used to sleep under one table. Good thing Tanzania is warm like Mombasa. So it was not cold. But I tell you, God protected me. I didn't see even a dog passing near me. And I slept under that table for almost 1 year, just with my clothes, my shuka. And for 1 month, then I got a job as a manager in a restaurant, and life was good after that.
From the streets to a manager?
To a manager.
What was the waiting period? 1 month?
1 month.
How was it?
I slept outside, and I tell people, okay, I know you have hustled, you have slept hungry, you have been chased away from home, especially the ladies. But for a young girl to sleep outside on the road, the road, lami imepita pale, and I was sleeping just under the road. So, but then I managed, and that was my bed actually for 1 month. So I have been when I walk in around Nairobi or in any city and I see the streets, people there. I have been there one time, so it's not difficult. People see me now. I have some few women who have given birth to babies, and they call them Siamantha. And I tell them, okay, you're happy to see me now, that you think I'm very successful and advanced, and you like my life now. But if you turn the coin, you don't want that other part. So
what kept you going? That is my interesting part.
I am rooted firmly in Christianity. I love God deeply. I think that is what because I had affirmation inside of me that God can see me.
Mhm.
So if God can see me, then I think God has a better day for me tomorrow.
Mhm.
That kept me going. Because since childhood, I am very much rooted in church. I was born in church. I'm a church girl actually.
Mhm.
And I was a born again Christian. I was preaching since I was very young.
Mhm.
I was in the Sunday school. I was in the choir. In school, I was playing the guitar in school.
Mhm.
I love singing. I can sing very well. And then I grew up with the same faith and church values and God. Actually, I have a personal relationship with Jesus.
Mhm.
So I believe that even if I'm in the hardest, critical, most dangerous, unbelievable suffering,
Mhm.
I think Jesus can still put me out of this. Even there was one time I was in Mweki Kasarani. I was living there and I didn't have anything in the house. I used to sleep hungry and all this was horrible. I couldn't pay the rent. I didn't have even a bed. I was arranging my dirty clothes on the floor and sleeping on them.
Mhm.
And then I told God, okay, I know, but why don't you just take me? And that's also comes another advice for girls because so many men were there outside and say, why are you suffering? Come,
Mhm.
I will give you everything you need. Just become my wife. And I used to say no.
Mhm.
And when I went back in the house, I said, oh, maybe I should have taken the things of that man because he owns a supermarket and he could give me any rice and flour and everything. But then I could say no to him because I don't want to be his wife so that he can give me the things.
Mhm.
And I usually tell girls, you don't need a baby. Is it a big daddy sponsor?
Mhm.
You don't need a sponsor. God can take care of you. It is my own experience. Even I have been to a job, looking for a job in industry area, and the boss tells me, you know what, I'll give you this job, but we have to go to the Hilton Hotel for a night. And I used to say no, and I lose the job. Many times. I was a Gen Z that time, 19, 20 years, 22 years.
Mhm.
And remember, I have a kid at home.
Mhm.
So this really built me because I thought, okay, Jesus, you can give me a job. Why do I have to do this?
Mhm.
So my being rooted in Christianity, I think that is what made me go. It makes me go until now because I know if one door closes, one another will up. And as long as I have Jesus, I can do anything. I can do anything. So
Give
that
me
is
the
it.
transition. So I want to know how things happened. Huh?
Uh-huh.
And from your story, I know you have been in school
Yes.
while working.
Yes.
So which one came first after Form 4?
After Form 4, I think working because the 1 year, remember, I had 1 year at home so that I can wait for my siblings because the money was not enough for me to go to Nairobi for college. So that 1 year, I used to make the Masai earrings and beads so that I can sell to the tourists who are coming there. And that I started that way, and I used to have money. Actually, I remember even I used to do shopping for my parents when we didn't have salt and basic needs in the house. I used to buy them. So I did that. So I am also an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur. So I did that, and I used to buy the beads and make. I can make very nice. I can make beads in the shop, just like the how we do. I used to even put beads on the shoes, and they used to like it, and I used to sell. And then one time, the we had because in my home we have water from Mount Kilimanjaro, and it's piped along the road. So when these water people came, they were looking for people who could dig the trusses, and so that they can put the pipes. And I was one of the people who were digging the pipes, and we used to get money, me and my brother, my younger brother. So and the people said, whose kids are these? How can this girl do this? And you know that is around 2000 and maybe 2006 and 7 there. Five. I was very young, but then I could dig. And remember, I have never dug anywhere. We are Masais. We are pastoralists. We are not farmers. So and that guy, the person, he used to drive that big truck, and he used to say, "My God, I cannot believe it." He even used to take photos of me digging. So, and we used to get money. So I think working came first, and then I had to wait 1 year and go to college.
Kuna kitu hujawahi fanya? Is there anything you have never done?
Well, I have been tempted many times to do prostitution, but that I have never done to get money. That one I have not done.
Anything else legal? You have done.
Anything else legal, I have been even there was a time I was going to be, when I went in Dubai, actually I was so desperate. I think it's important to say my story, how I went to Dubai, just a little bit.
Mhm.
My daughter has just joined high school, and I was working with the USAID, and the USAID the contract finished, and then we became jobless.
Mhm.
So I came back home, and I came back home, and in February, because my daughter passed very well, she was in the first intake.
Mhm.
We were going to visit them again. So in Emali, I stood there and waiting for the bus to go to Mombasa so that I can visit my daughter in Bahari Girls.
Mhm.
Then the buses were full, and one guy came with a big Land Cruiser car, and he had other people in the car. And I asked him, "Do you have any space?" He said, "Yes." Okay, I went behind, and then we started moving. And when we reached Voi, all the people, I think it was a family,
Mhm.
they alighted, and and he told me, "Can you come in front?" Because now he was driving and I was at the back.
Mhm.
He said, "Just come, let us sit in the front." So we sat in the front. And as Kenyans, we started talking about Uhuru and Ruto and Raila and all these things.
Mhm.
And then he said, "Okay, I work with the Chinese people. They were making the road that time."
Mhm.
And I told him, "Okay, even me, I'm going to Mombasa to visit my daughter,
Mhm.
but I want to go and look for a job in Dubai, because I wanted to go to South Africa, but then I had a voice, maybe it's my Jesus, telling me, no, go east, don't go south." So I decided, okay, let me go to Dubai. So I told this driver that I want to go to Dubai to look for a job, but I have checked in the internet. There are no lodgings in Dubai. All of them are expensive hotels. So he said, okay, I know a friend who can help you. I think they usually have a bed space. Let us talk to him. And then because he's driving, he gave me his phone and told me, "Can you search for Solomon?" So I searched for Solomon Dubai, and we called him just in the car. So Solomon responded, and so I talked to Solomon later. I got his number, and Solomon told me, I have to introduce you to one Cameroonian girl. They have a bed space. It's 20,000, and then I had some money from USAID, so I thought I could pay that one. Then I also started to prepare for my visa and my ticket. So I went to Dubai without knowing anyone, no Cameroonian. I didn't know them. I had only their number. And they told me, when you reach Dubai, just come to a place called Al Quds, and this in this house. Go inside the third door. You'll find pink slippers on outside, and then go inside there. The doors were not locked because there is no theft there.
Uh-huh.
Imagine, what example can I tell you? Even right now,
Mhm.
if I tell you to go to Kajiado South,
Mhm.
to the Chulu Hills,
Mhm.
find a certain, how will you start? Even just now I usually realize, I think, how did I do that? Was I dreaming? How was I even myself, I don't understand how I did that, because I have never been to Dubai before. That was in 2013. 2013 I went to there 2013. So I went, and I at the airport, I took this card. I find people saying that, "Oh, you need a card for the train." Then I took an old card. That card, you have to use it, and I boarded the train. And I no one talks to you. Everything is yes. So you have to check the
Hakuna
map.
manamba huko.
Red line. You have to check the map. Red line and green line. So I went in the red line, which goes to Al Quds, and then because the red line and green line, so you have to make sure you don't go in the wrong train. So I went to Al Quds and I dropped off, and then with my suitcase, I arrived around around 5 a.m. in the morning. It was about 24 hours I hadn't slept. Then I saw the door, I saw the pink slippers, and I went inside a very nice bed. I slept until evening. I was so tired. Then in the evening, I decided, okay, now it's my time. I don't have time to waste. I have visa for 1 month. I have to look for a job. So I went outside the house. I still haven't seen the people living in the house. So I went outside and I went to Dubai Mall, and I got lost in Dubai Mall, so huge, and I didn't know where I was. So if if I saw any black person, I used to, oh, how are you? And are you from Kenya? I'm looking for a job. Then I could leave my CV. I met so many Ugandan, Nigerians, all Kenyans, even Kenyans. I used to notice Kenyans because of that, the bracelet.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I knew they were Kenyans, and that's how I did it. And I in the evening I went back home at around 12 because I got lost inside Dubai Mall. So, and then I met them. Where have you been? I told them I got lost in Dubai Mall. So the following day they introduced me to Kenyans, and we found we were about 7 girls, and each person we used to buy. Today I'm the one buying the newspapers for all of us. Tomorrow you're the one buying lunch, and then the month was okay, and all of them got a job, and I was the last one. So about when I was 4 days to get a job, 4 days to leave Dubai because of my visa, I sat one day in the train and cried so much. I cried, and everyone was coming to me. What's wrong with you? Are you okay? What happened? And I couldn't talk because I was very, very much in pain. And then I got and then from that crying, after about 1 hour, I got a call. Hello, are we speaking to Paris? Yes. Uh, did you apply for a job? Yes. Is it? Yes, yes, yes. And I was excited because I had applied for 1,000 jobs. Now I don't even know which one they are talking about.
Yes.
So they told me to go to the building, which I went. I was it's still in the train, so I went to that building and I gave them my papers and the interview. And then and I was thinking in my mind, oh, maybe today I'm going to die because they have taken my passport and everything. But then I went into this car and they drove off to the hospital. Now the hospital that I was working, I met there with Madam Pranita, and she wanted an assistant in the nutrition office. So I went there. That's how I advanced and advanced and advanced for many years that I stayed there. I used to come back every year in April, and I used to be a very happy lady. I
For
missed my
6 years.
kids for 7 years.
7
I
years.
stayed in Dubai for 7 years. I used to miss my kids. I used to cry in the pillow, but then God is good, and they grew up well. They lived with my mother, and that is.
So tell us
Yes.
your education life, because I think it is intertwined with your
Yes.
working.
Yeah.
I want you to speak to this person who is trying to do all this. They want to do their personal growth in terms of their academics life, but they have a life to live.
Yes. I want to, okay, I will tell you that, but I want to say something. The people, everyone should not be lazy. Don't be lazy. The comfort zone is very sweet and very nice, but you have to get out of that comfort zone if you want to be someone, if you want to reach where you want to go, or if you want a life that you admire. Because I used to have some friends who tell me, oh, Paris, can you take us to Dubai? And then I could get a doctor who tells me, please bring your sister, we need this and this. And when I come back here and talk to a few friends, they say, oh, I cannot leave my kids. I cannot live my life here. I like my life here. But then when I come back with some money, they borrow me money. They borrow money and they want my life, and you have nice clothes and nice things. And I tell them, my God, I work and I sacrifice. I also love my kids a lot, but I have to leave them because if I stay with them, then I cannot pay their school fees. And I'm a single mother. But then they don't want to leave their kids to go and work. So they want me to go and work and come and pay their school fees. So it's funny. So comfort zone, we have to get out of the comfort zone if we want to succeed. That's why you see me working and studying. Like in Mombasa, I was working with the USA and I was studying at the same time. And I didn't let the company feel like because of my studies, I get late or their work is not properly done, I had to sacrifice. I used to study even at night, and I used to sleep very short periods of time. In Dubai, the same. Luckily, in Dubai, we used to study at night mostly, so this was good. The lecturers used to come at night, and even the internship is good because I was just in the hospital, so this was good. And it's just get rid of your comfort zone, whatever comfort zone you feel. And I have noticed that Kenyans love comfort zones, you know. And another thing is the alcohol. I used not to drink alcohol. Even people used to tell me, "Are you a Kenyan and you don't drink? How?" They didn't, because Kenyans are known for drinking. They love drinking. They love their comfort zone, and this is something that people need to really grow out of that, because comfort comfort zone, even the Bible says you cannot sleep and get money. A lazy person never gets rich. If you want to be rich, if you want a successful life, you have to step out of your comfort zone.
Nice.
So that's how I intertwined my life with education, and I succeeded. I got these awards. I got, even now, even right now. Right now, I'm not studying, but I'm doing charity work and community work and libraries and all that, and entrepreneurship, and nothing goes wrong. I have people reporting to me about how the day was every day, how my businesses have been every day. If there is issues, I still solve wherever I am. I'm still doing the libraries while I'm here now. I'm meeting Mr. Patrick Yegon, and the immense work that you're doing. So I balance everything, and my kids still feel that I'm at home. Like, for example, now I have my son who is on holidays. I came with him to Nakuru so that he doesn't feel that mom is going and leaving me. So I have to be with him. I have to work and still be with him. So let me carry him along.
Nice.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship. Your story reminds me of what I told you, I think, yesterday. Yeah? When I was in class 4, I was actually doing the small mandazis.
Oh, yes.
And I think there is a connection to Isahara back to class 4.
Okay.
And I've seen what you have told us.
Yeah.
What you were doing in Mombasa.
Yes.
What you were doing in digging the lines in Kilimanjaro.
Yes.
That is the art of entrepreneurship. And I want you to build us from those basic blocks up to the now the big entrepreneur you are today. Kindly tell us this conversation.
I think you just have to start from somewhere. You just have the desire. You need to have the desire for a better anything. Okay, a better life, a better education, a better community, a better family. If you were born in the, why were you selling the small mandazis? Because maybe your family background was poor and you didn't like the lifestyle there. So let me sell these small mandazis so that I can get money to do this, to eradicate even one problem in our house. So you need the desire to have something better, for a better something. That's what entrepreneurship is. And also you like to offer solutions. Entrepreneurs offer solution. I mean, like the McDonald's, they offer solutions. The Safaricom, the schools, the better schools, they offer solutions to people's problems, the better roads. And even now, I must talk about the ASEA products, which we are now into. It's a new product in Kenya, and it's something that the nutritionists and the government and the hospitals will really appreciate, because it is not a medicine to cure anything, but it is a therapy that makes your body cure itself. For example, why do you become sick? It is because your cells are damaged. Maybe they stopped working, they stopped growing. How many cells do you have in your body? You have 78 trillion cells in your body. So at some point, at a certain age, they stop growing or they get damaged for one reason or another, your metabolism. So we have a therapy called the redox that you just have to put in your mouth, and you just keep it for a few minutes and then spit it out. The molecules will just be absorbed, and this builds the cells, and then your body becomes stronger, the immunity is stronger. So that's how it builds itself. So we have this product, and this is to make the life better, because the medicine, you will take the medicine and the medicine will cure you, but with side effects. So the redox doesn't have any side effect. It just builds your own, it's your own building, your own body building itself. So that is another still advancing in entrepreneurship, from the small mandazis to digging to hotel to nutrition, now to very advanced nutrition.
So cottages, how did you start the cottages?
The cottages,
and tell us where they are located actually.
Yeah, cottages. We have cottages in Kimana, just beneath Mount Kilimanjaro. That is Kajiado South, and it's not far from Nairobi. It's about 3 hours from Nairobi, and especially now that we have the expressway, it could be 2.5 hours actually. So I built these cottages in 2019, and I can host about 15 people comfortably. And these cottages were built because I got this idea because of doing the community work. I used to get people from USA, friends who came. We did the boreholes, we do charity work, we keep the kids in school, we pay school fees. They come to do, we plant trees. I still do a lot of planting trees even now. In all the functions that I go to, we must plant trees. If I do any youth empowerment, anything, we must plant trees. So because I believe books and trees are like sisters and brothers. So I do like to plant trees. So now the cottages, when they used to come, Kimana was a rural area about 10, maybe 15 years ago. The lodgings, sometimes they had no water, sometimes the bed sheets were dirty, sometimes the slippers was one red and one blue. It was not a good standard. And they had to live there because they could not live in Nairobi and come to Loitoktok at the same time, because the work was in Kimana. So I got an idea that if I had my own place, these people would live comfortably. So that's how years later I came up with that idea, and 2019 I got some money, I built cottages, and now the cottages, I have hosted a lot of people from around the world, including Kenyans, and even there was a time I hosted corporate people who came. There was a time President Uhuru came to Loitoktok to launch the Lemongo Museum, and all the delegates with him came, and I hosted some of them VIPs with him. So this was very good, and the cottages are there. You're most welcome. It is a home away from home. You get healthier foods, and you sleep comfortably, and the parking is safe. I mean the nature. And someone told me, can I see Mount Kilimanjaro from there? And I told them, you know what, I see Mount Kilimanjaro from my toilet. Because it's just from my toilet, and that's true.
Yeah.
When you come to my toilet, you just watch Mount Kilimanjaro from the window. So that's the life there, and the animals are there. I live between this side is Savo National Park, and the other side is Amboseli National Park. So yeah.
The entrepreneur. One last thing,
Yes.
so that we close this conversation.
Yes.
I've learned two things from you.
Yes.
The belief in destiny helpers, and you push yourself. You trust that anywhere, anyone can be of help.
Yes.
So I want you to connect that, how you used these people, what made you trust them, or what made them trust you. Then I want you to connect also with networking, because I can see you are a person of networks.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, there are some people come to me, they ask me, Melis, can you help me go to Dubai? And I cannot answer rudely, But in my mind and in my heart, I thought, no one helped me go to Dubai. At 20 something years, nobody helped me to go to Dubai. So I just went by myself. I faced the world, I faced the monster, I faced the challenges. So anyone or anybody needs that courage. You need that courage. You need to trust that God is with you. And you need not to always rely on the soft paths and the obvious paths. I have seen so many WhatsApp, those small clips saying that the different better path has few people, and the common path is for everybody else. And that's where everybody is going because it's comfortable and it's common and it's short and it's smooth. But the rough one, which leads to a better place, nobody goes through there. So the rough road has destiny connectors, which sometimes you have no choice but to trust them. I had to trust the Cameroonian, and sometimes it depends with how much trouble you have that will push you to the next level. So I think people need to have that courage to just do their own things. Even even right now, Mr. Patrick Yegon, you don't know me that well, but you still trust that this is a good lady and she's doing good work. That's why you sacrifice all these books to donate to our organization. So it's the same thing. It's sometimes nature, and you have to trust, and you have God who tells you this is. If I was a bad person, you would know. You, even your gut, your instinct will tell you, oh no, this is. I don't want to waste my time here. So that kind of thing, you have to be in tune with yourself and to pray and to have that instinct and to trust people. I have met bad people. I cannot say everyone was an angel. I have met bad people. Even I have met people who even wanted to bad things to happen to me. I have met haters. Yeah, I have met haters, a lot of them. And I have met people who want to con me money, to even to lie to me or lead me into bad paths or even use me. Actually, I have been used many times, taken advantage of, and manipulated. Yeah, I have passed through that. But then when you pass through that, then you get the knowledge. And then I usually tell, like that, there's a guy who came yesterday. I talked to him on the phone and I told him, will you come to this book launch? And he said, oh, no, I don't know. But then I told him, remember, your network is your net worth. So you need a lot of network. Perfect. You need people. Yes.
Thank you so much for that conversation. Let's look forward to part 3 of this journey. You are blessed. Asante sana. Remember to subscribe and be part of the tribe. Asante.